Hey Mom, this is Will. I put together this little spreadsheet to handle my banking information, and it sounded like what you needed to put your bank information in. And I put this video together to kind of explain a little bit about, the components in the sheet. If you look at row 3, column A, you'll see that that is the current month statement balance. And if you go over here, the current month statement is showing $100, meaning it's $100 in this account, and this is just a little, fake numbers that I put in to for an example. Don't worry about the outstanding debit and credits section there. Just for current month activity, since your last statement balance, you start putting that current month activity below the bar here on row 7. And if you see the first transaction is already done, it's EFT, meaning electronic funds transfer, because I paid for it with my debit card, and that's what I put for anything that I use my card or my or pay for online. And then I put in the date. The store, it was Speedway, and it was for gas. If I go over here, if it was Kroger's and it was for groceries or something, I'd click down and I can just select whatever category it was that I was paying for, and then go over and put in the amount that I paid here at under the debit column. As you know, anything that you pay for is a debit, and any money coming in would be a credit. Next, let's do a deposit. Let's say it was for today, and if you want to say it's a deposit for catering, Johnson wedding. Okay. Well, I don't have an income source for catering, so in order to add it, I'll go down and click on it, and it's usually easier to add new categories in the middle of old categories because it picks up all the columns. So if you right click on the I'm right clicking on salaries there, and a box pops up here, and I click insert. It'll insert a space for me to put a new category. Then I go over here and type catering. Then I go back to one of the older categories, income categories, and I highlight both of them just by clicking on the column and just hold it down. Whenever you click on it, hold it down and drag it over, and then it'll highlight both of them. And then there'll be a little box right here in this bottom right hand corner. It's like a little square. If you hover over it, it'll turn into a solid little black cross. And click on it, hold it, and drag that whole thing down, and it'll copy those formulas down now. So whenever I go up here and click deposit for catering, then I'll go over, and since it's income, we'll say it's $350, then it'll be $350. And notice that whenever you do a transaction, it'll put the amount of that transaction down here beside the source, be it an expense or if it's income. All right. And then I go up here, and let's do another one and say we wrote a check number 1600 to on today. Say you wrote it to Kroger's for groceries that you got for the catering. Well, you go down, click on it, scroll down to groceries. Say you spent $75, and notice that it automatically is going. Whenever you put that $75 in there, this line right here automatically pick it up. So it's got the $34 that was originally in there for gas. Now it picked up that $75. And over here, it includes your current month statement, the statement on your last bank statement, and then all your current month activity income. And you can add more rows as you have more activity here. So you go down and highlight all the empty rows, right click like you did before at the bottom, and then click insert, and then it'll put just that many empty rows there. And then you go down, and if you want to get rid of rows, you can right click and click delete. But if you get down to the very end, and like your categories are right up next to the total, whenever you right click on totals to try to insert a row above it, then it's not going to pick up that sum. It's going to start missing that sum there. But all you got to do is go click on total like I did there. Go and just regular click on it twice, and it'll show the box of where it's summing at, and you just catch it on the corner right there and drag it back down, so it make sure it's picking up all your transactions. And do the same thing over in the credit column too. And then from there, if you go above the blank column you did, or you click on it and click insert, now it's going to start picking up everything again. So then all you got to do is, like I said before, highlight the empty rows, right click, and click insert. Alright. There's one more transaction. Let's say I did another EFT to pay for a book online on Amazon. And book, I put it under meals, entertainment, and subscriptions. It's just my miscellaneous account basically. And say I spent $20 on the book. Then this column is going to pick up everything that I pay for. This is going to be my income, and this is going to take what I have in income and subtract what I have spent, and that's going to be my true amount, my true account amount. But over here, because you know that the bank sometimes lags behind what your true activity is, so sometimes this will have cleared, and usually whenever something clear on my bank account, which you will be able to see on your online account whenever it comes in, I go ahead and highlight it up here. You go and click home, and you'll see a box to be able to click to highlight it. I usually highlight mine yellow, so say that cleared, and that cleared, but that the book hadn't cleared yet. So I go over here, and what this it says is, all right, give me what my true account amount is, which is that H17, and then I want to add back anything that has not cleared yet on my debit side. And then if I had a deposit, let's say I had a second deposit for 10/23 birthday gift, I'll go over here. I'll just put this one under rent and other, and say somebody gave me $100 for my birthday, and say it hadn't cleared yet. I will go over here, and everything, all the credits that haven't cleared, I put over here in this column, and all you got to do is double click on it to go into the formula, and then go over here and put it in that last column. So you want to add back. So it's your balance plus all your debits that haven't cleared because they haven't taken that money out yet, and you want to subtract all your deposits that haven't cleared because that money hadn't been put in yet, and that should give you your current what the bank says you actually have in there. But as the bank clears, then it'll become the same as your actual account. But this is the actual money that you have in this account based on this detail. And if you go down here, you can see all the activity, all the activity in this account so far. And this formula here should have picked up a deposit or your detail. And if you know that rent other didn't pick up that $100, then you know something's wrong. You could just go click on that formula and see, why didn't it pick it up? And you see that it's only looking here and here. So you just go and drag these boxes down to include the whole area now, since you added those new rows. And then do the same thing for the other side. And it's got that $100 in there. And that's the detail for the account. And the same thing for, and you just go and copy that formula down. All right. And that should be that. If you got any other questions about how to use this sheet, you can give me a call anytime and I'll be able to walk through it more with you. I love you and I hope this helps. I'll talk to you soon.